Listen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And if you are watching this, if you are listening to this, guess what? You have been chosen. You have been chosen. You have a purpose for a time like this, right? Who chose you? Who gave you purpose? Your creator. Who's your creator? The Lord of Lords, King of Kings. That's your creator, Yahweh. Listen, who sent his son to take away the sins of the world, right? So if you haven't given him a chance, I want to encourage you to give him a chance to let him lead you and direct you into your purpose, Your life would never be the same. Y'all know this is the Pro Boss, the Pro Jesus Loving channel. I don't do anything, say anything until I first acknowledge him. All right. So, yeah, listen, if you're alive, you hear, if you listening to this, whether it's one of y'all, none of y'all, or 100 of y'all, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, If you haven't given him a try, I want to encourage you to do so now, okay? So listen to me. A lot of people feel like Lomachenko has officially dubbed Gervonta Tank Davis. I say he ducked. I also say he could be playing games with Tank. He's been chasing Tank for a long time. Tank didn't want the fight. Floyd didn't want to make the fight. At one point, Floyd did want to make the fight. And when him and Tank was going through it, and Tank said, listen, Floyd trying to get me hurt, you know what I'm saying, basically by trying to make this fight with Lomachenko. I think that maybe Tank didn't feel like he was ready for the likes of a Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying? And he felt the way, Of course, even back then, I felt like he had the skills to pay the bills. He had the skills to beat Loma back then. But maybe he didn't believe in himself, So we could say that Tank dug Lomachenko first, right? And that's cool, too. It's a fight I don't have to see anymore. At all. Just like Devin Haney and Tank Davis, that's a fight I don't have to see anymore. The fight to make now is Shakur Stevenson. And since Loma pulled out of the opportunity to fight Tank, Kenny has, made a post and reached out to Shakur and said, listen, what's up? Let's make the fight. He was also on a FaceTime on a live with Shakur, and it was very entertaining to say the least. And listen, we're going to see if Shakur want to make the fight. I believe he's going to try to want a big cut of the money. What do they call it? Pricing their stuff out. I think he's going to price himself out. Because he has people in his ear like, Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford. But what Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward have to realize is that even though that's their little buddy, that's their little homie, that's their little guy, he's like their proteges and things like that. Shakur Stevenson is no Terrence Crawford. He also is no Andre Ward. Okay? Nowhere near it. Okay? Tank is not going go for giving Shakur Stevenson, he's the primary breadwinner in all his fights. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make no hell of a whole lot of money fighting no Tank Davis. You just not. He's the primary. He's the one that's gonna get the money. Yeah, he's the one that's gonna get the biggest reward. So if Shakur, try to play them rockhead games and price himself out and Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward get in his ear and try to convince him to play games with the money and this and the other. Then Shakur could miss out on the opportunity to have one of the biggest, if not the biggest, fights of his career with the likes of a Tank Davis, because a lot of people believe in him, believe that he can actually beat Tank. I lean more towards Tank winning that fight. But Shakur ain't, he not gonna really he gonna do his best not to let Tank catch him. But if Tank catch him, Tank gonna touch him up real bad and put him down. He just can't let Tank catch him. So I feel like he'll spend the whole fight, running and fighting off his back foot. You know what I'm saying? Period. He gonna run the whole fight, and eventually they're gonna end up. You know how when it's like ain't no real punches being, they're gonna boo the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because Shakur ain't gonna let Tank get a hold of him, and Tank gonna, spend the whole fight trying to, you know what I'm saying, sniff him out and get him down on the canvas, and Shakur ain't gonna go out like that. He is an Olympic, fighter. He has the skills, you know what I'm saying, as well. But I would lean more towards Tank winning the fight. However, I won't know until they fight, like Coach Malachi always says. So I believe that we would have to see that fight. But I'm leaning towards Tank, So hopefully we can get that fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're going to get it. Probably won't be this year. Everybody's saying look like we'll get it more than likely next year. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. So I heard that Jamel Charlo and Jamal Charlo has come together and been training together. They have been on speaking terms and just really working through their relationship, which I think is amazing, because at the end of the day, they are family, and they pretty much came into this boxing together. You know what I'm saying? And I hated how things went with them. It's a lot of bad things transpired between the two of them, but I don't think it's nothing that they can't work out. So hopefully we'll get a fight announcement from either of them. I really would love to see Jamal get back in the ring. He said he's kind of tired of the sport, so if he retires, that's cool too, but that's who I really want to see. Jamel, if you know me, you know I like Jamel more as a I did, at least, as a fighter, and I like Jamal, personality wise and things like that. But since I haven't seen, I kind of fell out of my, my interest in the duo, because just so many negative things transpired. And I'm the type, like, if it's just so much negativity that goes on with you outside of the ring, it kind of puts a damper on, you know what I'm saying? And it starts to put a damper on your career. Then I kind of just be like, yeah, I'm straight on you, because you allowing, you know what I'm saying, things to affect you inside the ring, which I feel like both of them have kind of done. But hopefully we get a fight announcement out of them. Maybe they both fight on the same card like they did back in 2018. That was amazing. One of them lost, but that was cool. It was still amazing to see. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that we get a fight announcement from them soon and very soon. Okay. So anyways, we have Tyson Fury calling out, who was that? Big Baby Miller, I think he called out. I don't know what sense would that fight make, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. I think that just Tyson Fury just right now is crying out for attention, because Usyk, laid him out, and he's trying to keep the fire burning, but that fire is out, Tyson. We done with you, boo. So, and I'm glad it was Usyk. We moving on, and we're looking forward to, Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois fight coming up, you know what I'm saying, which I am, you guys know, truly excited about, right? And so, yeah. I haven't been on here because it's been kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? It's been, it's been kind of slow. Y'all know. I don't get on here and talk about fighters I don't know nothing about. I don't pretend to know so much about every single, fighter in the sport of boxing. Boxing consists of, the top elite people that fight, and then a bunch of maintenance men, plumbers, tomato cans. Mechanics, that are just there for bashing, so I'm not gonna sit back and act like, what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna do that, but yeah. Listen, Keyshawn Davis still want that Teofimo Lopez smoke, and I believe he's willing to move up for that fight, and I think that Keyshawn Davis will kick Teofimo Lopez. I think Keyshawn Davis is slept on. I really do. I remember that time Frank Martin caught himself running down on Keyshawn Davis, and Keyshawn was like laughing. Frank Martin tried to look all serious and shit. Keyshawn was laughing at that nigga like, what? And once Keyshawn realized, like, wait a minute, let me stop laughing because this trying to be like I'm a whole lane. Like, Keyshawn was like, yo, it's whatever. Keyshawn to beat Frank Martin. Keyshawn to beat Shakur Stevenson. Keyshawn to beat, listen to me, Keyshawn tough as hell to me. Keyshawn to beat Teofimo Lopez. Keyshawn to beat Ryan Garcia. Keyshawn to beat Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Keyshawn to give Tank a run for his money. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to take him serious. I did a video once on why it's so hard to take him serious, because he's one of those people that's always smiling and laughing, and even in the ring, he's like, just like, he be kicking your ass and he's smiling the whole time. It's like, it's just so hard to take him serious. But on a serious note, I feel like Keyshawn Davis is a force to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that we get to see more of his light shine. You know what I'm saying? As time goes on and he gets opportunities to really fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about Terrence Crawford's fight that's coming up. I believe he's going to take that belt and bring that belt home. You know what I'm saying? I believe he's going to beat that boy. I don't know his name. He's going to kick his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for that. Andre Ward is teasing. Listen, a comeback. Say he want all the smoke. He's my age. He's 40 years old. And he has been sparring Terrence Crawford and doing some sparring, and I personally believe he could have possibly retired a little bit too soon for my liking. But I feel like if you could get out and you made enough money and retire and sit down somewhere, good for you. Kudos. You know what I'm saying? That's not just in boxing, but in anything. If you could make a lot of money and then like go relax your nerves after that, excuse me, y'all, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Andre Ward was able to do that, super proud of him, super happy for him. But now he's teasing a comeback. If we could get Floyd Mayweather to come out of retirement, and that would be a good fight. If we could get him, in the ring with maybe David Benavidez or Canelo or somebody like that, that'd be dope too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to come out of retirement and fight like a mechanic or a tomato can. Maybe even a Jake Paul. Can we get that? Like, I think he said Jake Paul ain't gonna say his name. I don't think he is either, but he might though, because Jake Paul is a troll, so he might say his name. If he do, shit, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about no exhibition fight either. But yeah, man, for real. Also, you know what? I think that's it. I don't think I got anything else. So listen, I just came to check in with you guys. Chop it up with y'all. Y'all put in the comments, you guys' thoughts and opinions. Keep it respectful, as I always say. But express how you feel, you know what I'm saying? And listen, God bless you guys. Good night.